Alright guys, we are back down here again for a second try. I just couldn't get her done yesterday, as you guys could see. Was windy as shit. Yeah, and I didn't know how much. Like, I got a little windscreen, but it's not gonna block that amount of wind. Sorry, and we were gusting almost 20 miles an hour, or probably past 20. Sometimes. You guys could see me looking down the back of the range, man. There was a tree down there that was swaying at least frickin' probably 10 feet each way, side to side. It was ridiculous. But we're back here. Not quite as nice of a day. It's like 45, but at least it ain't windy, and it is sunny at times. Blue sky. But yeah, it's cold. It's a lot colder. It's not 70. Either way, I gotta go hang the target again. And yeah, we'll get this done. Alright guys, the target's all hung, ready to go. I think I already explained this to you guys yesterday, but so we're shooting 38.1 grains all the way to 39.3. We also have 3 fowlers that I'm going to do just a kind of mini pressure test with. Because we ended off just below max load data on the last one, with no pressure signs at all. And all bullets, you know, held together. So the first fowler is 39.9, which is 1/10 above max. And second fowler is 40.2, third fowler is 40.5. I just figured I'd get a little data with the 3 fowling rounds I shoot today. No sense in wasting them. So all together, since the last time we've shot Creedmoor, not the last pressure test, but like last bullet we did a load for, we've changed quite a bit. So we got a new powder, a new primer, and obviously we're doing a new bullet. So it's the 85 grain match burner. So we're going up 5 grains in weight. We're trying out H4831 SC. That was what we did the powder test with. And I mean, if it's all over the place, we can't group, then I'll probably go back to 4350. But I want to try it. And we changed to a match primer, GM 210Ms, the gold medal match. So that's about it. Everything's shot 20 thousandths off the lands, like I always do for a powder test. And let's get this going. Should have brought gloves, man. It is cold today. 45 ain't bad, don't get me wrong. It's going to be warm compared to what I shoot this winter. But my bones have to get used to the last 2 days of 70, 75 degrees. You're going to see 2 rows of dots. The top left dot is where we shot the pressure test the other day. The most top left dot. So the next one in, I'm going to shoot the 3 fowlers, and then we'll start our groups from there on, from top to bottom. Alright. Chronograph is ready. Sorry guys. I was sighting in a 270 yesterday for a customer, so I don't know, I'm just used to that recoil, shooting it all day yesterday. I didn't get to shoot this yesterday. Well, I had a customer come over that wanted me to put on a scope and sight it in for him, and I'm just used to that recoil. Alright, we are 3,091. So that was, remember, that was the first pressure test. And I'm not going to get an average of these velocities, I'm going to get each velocity. Well, I'll get the average too at the end. 3091 Make sure everything is good pressure-wise, because remember, we are 1/10 above max. And it's not just Hornady max, it's Hodgson max, which makes a difference. Because Hodgson, if you go through and look at Hornady's max and Hodgson's max, Hodgson usually is always beats it. Usually. I can't say always, I guess. Alright, everything looks good. A little bit of crater primer, but that's what this gun does. Yeah, looks gorgeous. Alright, so next one we are going to 40.2. Alright, 3112. So remember, we did climb really fast during that pressure test, going up just 3/10 each, and we ended off at, I think, at the pressure test, I think we ended off at 30-32. The one before that creeped up to 31 something, but I think that was a fluke. Alright, 3112. I think this is where you would normally be at 31 with this powder. So 40.2 grains. 3112. Alright, last Fowler and mini pressure test. 40.5. And if I didn't say it, we're looking good. I don't see any pressure signs. If anything, the cratering is getting lower. Definitely not as pronounced. I don't know why, but... $31.44. They all sat there right at the same kind of water line, or same, elevation. Kind of just left to right. No pressure at all, which is good because this will be the first bullet I'm able to go up to max and not have it break apart. Because remember, for this barrel, we were breaking apart anywhere from like 3150 to 3200. We had a couple stay together, or we had a few stay together at 3200, but not a lot. Alright, let's get to the groups. So the average for those three was 3115, and there's no sense in taking the SD or ES because it's not correct. Alright, let's freaking move on. Alright, let's start our groups. 38.1. It's going to be the next dot over from where we just were at. Alright, 29.51. $29.42. $29.35. God damn it. 29.58. $29.49. Sorry, my fingers aren't working right now. Jesus. Alright, so we have an average of 29.47, an SD of 8, and an ES of 23.3. Alright, so nice SD. 8 SD, I'll take that. Alright, we are moving on to 38.4. $29.59. $29.65. Damn, getting some flyers on that one. $29.59 again, I think. The last one was $29.59, I do believe. $29.79. Just now starting to get warm a little bit. Alright, so $29.44 was the last one. We have an average of $29.61. We have an SD of 11.4. Before that last bullet, we were sitting at 8, another 8 something. And an ES of 35.5. Alright. Let's get going to the next one. Alright guys, moving on to 38.7. Alright, we're moving down to the next row down, all the way to the left. Alright, $29.87. Alright, $29.63. Yeah, I don't know, I'm struggling with this a lot more today, I can tell. The other day I was struggling with the cant. I gotta fix it every time, and I don't know why. Nothing's here interfering there. Alright, let's move on. Alright, 2981. $29.73. $29.75. About ready to just move right on. Alright, 29.76. 29.76 average. We have an 8 SD yet again, and a 23.7 ES. It's almost like the first load. 8 SD and 23.3 on the first one. Alright guys, let's move on. Second to last group. 39 grains even. Next dot over. Alright, 3019. $30.21. I gotta try and get used to shooting a little quicker, because I can't let that bullet stay in there. I know last time it kind of messed my groups up, or I was pulling shots a little bit, but I'm gonna try a little bit to, once it's in there, in the chamber, try and touch it off here pretty right after. 30-14 on that one. Just because the bullets are so cold and the chamber is now getting warm, but on the inside of the chamber is hotter than that, so it's going to warm that bullet up quick, and it will change the FPS where the group goes quickly, really quick. It won't take long to heat up. Now your first group of the day, not that big of a deal. $3,009. See, my problem why I can't touch it off right at the very beginning is because I usually gotta wait for my next breath cycle. It's in my head. I don't know why, but like, I'll try to take a breath and close the bolt and try and fire on that same cycle, on the way down, but I usually gotta breathe back in, go back down again. I don't know. I just practice. That's all it is, I think. So that one was 30.27. So all above 3,000 in the last, or this one. I think we dipped below 3,000 on one of the bullets in the last. I can't remember. So average is above 3,000 now, obviously. 3018 average. That's a pretty fine looking group down there so far. We have a 6.1 SD and a 17.6 ES. Alright, let's get this reset and move on to the last group. Alright, last group is 39.3 grains. And this is, yet again, like I said, right up at the top. Like I said yesterday, Creedmoor doesn't get, or 22 Creedmoor doesn't give you a wide spread from min to max charge. It's not like 308 where you can get, you know, a spread of like up to 2 or 3 grains. Freaking 22 Creedmoor, I've noticed, is usually like 2 grains max. It's usually like a grain and a half for most powders. When we go back up at the bench, I'll show you what min and max was. But my start of this charge was about middle of the charge range, and 39.3 is only on my last charge weight is only like 5/10 below max. Alright, next dot over. So far with this field stock, the only thing I've noticed, it is a hunting rig, so you're not meant to be really, or a hunting stock, so you're not meant to be like at a bench with your cheek pressed right down onto it. You know, because when you take free-handed shots, you're bringing the gun up to your cheek and you're laying your cheek on it a little bit, but you're not able to put your whole weight of your head on it, or like your body weight as well, which I don't put all of my body weight on it, but I noticed with this, it does sink a little bit if you don't have that reefed right down. .30-29. Yep, all pressure signs look good. .3008. .30-35. Yeah, I knew I was gonna fuck that shot up. My bag, my bag fell, and I didn't want to move my whole body. .30-29. Yeah, went with the first bullet I shot. Get a double group going here. Went from double group to single group, just like that. Bridged the gap. Alright guys, that one was 30-10. We have an average of 30-22. We have a SD of an 11, 11 even, an ES of 27.5. All right, go up and get up into the loading bench here. All right, guys, let's get packed up here and get back up on the bench and check out these groups. All right, guys, we are back up at the bench. Let's take a look at brass real quick. These are the ones that Fowler / mini pressure test. So all above max from 1/10 all the way up to 40.5. Cratering is normal. That amount of cratering is normal. You'll see it on all the rest, but all look pretty good. Don't see any pressure signs there myself. And then we'll just go to the highest charge of the day. I'll give you a quick look over all of them, I guess, real quick. So yeah, I don't know. Looks good, guys. Looks good. I don't see anything there. Alright, let's get you guys focused. Maybe backed out a little bit. Alright, let's go there. So yeah, let's take a look at group. All in all, not super impressed, I guess. I don't know. They're not horrible groups. Got some good ones here. I'm going to get to the burgers before I really judge this barrel and up to the heavier grain weights because it is a 1 6.5 twist. So, you know, I expect to shoot the heavier ones better, obviously. So I'm going to wait to judge the SHILEN barrel. But so far, it's either the cartridge or barrel. It's given me more fits than any cartridge I've ever came across. So let me straighten out a couple of these groups, make sure we're measuring the group. Alright, some of the paper broke away on some of that. Alright, make sure you guys can see. Alright, you guys can see the top row. So that's the pressure test over here. Mini pressure test today. First 3 fouling rounds. And yeah, didn't see any pressure so far. So alright, let's go to the first group. Was 38.1. I think these are the two furthest apart. Yeah, those are about the same. So we'll measure these two. Middle to middle. It's hard to complain about that. I mean, just over ½ inch, it really is hard to complain about that. Because, you know, I see a lot of people online struggle for groups, you know, under an inch. But that is hunting rifles, so I don't know. Even with a semi-custom rifle, it's hard to complain about ½ inch group. It really is. And yeah, that's what I got on that one. Oh, can you guys see it? There you go. 0.598. Hold on, let me grab my book so I can write down these. Next group was 38.41, 38.4 grains, 2961 feet per second, 11 SD, and a 35.5 ES. Sorry, the first group was 38.1 grains, 2947, 8 SD, 23.3 ES. So the second group, we know what the furthest two apart on that one. Yeah, about right there. Middle to middle. About an inch. And you guys see it? There we go. So yeah, 1003. 1.003. I'd call that an inch either way, because I mean I could easily shift the calipers down just a little bit to make it look under an inch. But like I've told you guys many times, If it's in the high 9s, it's an inch no matter what. It's freaking, I'm not gonna, it's basically an inch. Next group was this one down here, which we had 38.7 grains, 2976 average feet per second, yet another 8 SD, and 23.7 ES. 2 bullets went through this hole right here. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you guys can see it. Yep. Yeah, about middle to middle. An 802. That's what I got. So 0.802. Next group is 39 even, 39 grains. 3018 average FPS, 11 SD, and 27.5 ES. Now this is our best group, and 6.1 SD, man. Yeah, I'll take that. 6.1 SD and 17.6 ES. So this ended up being our best group of the day and best stats of the day, which usually don't always happen that way. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you guys can see this. Barely. So let me give it a quick little measure. Center to center is about that. Just over half. That's what I got. 0.640. So that's kind of weird how this group looks smaller than that, but this one is smaller by size. It's because these two are further apart, but the majority of the group is teeny in the center, and this one are all spread out so they look further apart, but the two furthest bullets apart are less further apart than that. So it's weird how, you know, groups can kind of throw you illusions. And that's why a lot of people can really tell a lot by the way a group looks. You know, I would probably say this one would be better even though it's, you know, a bigger group overall. But it's trying to group better is how I would look at it, really. But everybody looks at groups differently. You know, you got some of the top bench rest guys that can really tune a load just by seeing a bullet hole. Not even a group, just a bullet hole itself. So, I just think that's kind of funny how that one's a lot smaller looking, but it's actually bigger than that group. You know, not by a lot, 0.598, 0.640, but, you know, whatever, it's bigger. Last group of the day is 39.3, and we are 30.22 average velocity, 11 SD, and 27.5 ES. So SDs across the board were actually good. So I'm going to keep using this powder just to see if we can't keep that going with some better groups, you know. Not sure where we're going from here, but yeah, highest SD of the day is 11.4. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Alright, so furthest two bullets are probably going to be these two. I'm going to measure these two first. And then go over here, try these ones. Yeah, these are the two furthest apart. Nice, almost perfectly circle group though. So yeah, oh sorry, 0.524. So I think that's our smallest group of the day. And yet again, doesn't look like it. Because I thought, especially downrange, but even sitting here, look at this right now, that would be our smallest group. Now this one would probably, like I said, be the one to chase because it wants to group better than the others, maybe, and has the best SD as well. So 524, and for the fowlers in the small pressure test, we maxed out at 3144, and that is the highest velocity we've got with this bullet so far. Everything stayed together. Well, one bullet stayed together. Put a group of 5 together. Maybe one won't. I don't know. So we had an average of the 3 pressure test bullets of a 3115. And let me write down. So the first Fowler / pressure test bullet at 39.9 was 30.91. Then we went to 31.12. And then we went to 31.44. So that's one thing I will say with this powder. For this cartridge, it climbs quickly. Just going 3/10, it climbs quickly. The first pressure test showed that, and those just last 3 fowlers that we used for a pressure test climbed quick as well. So, guys, that's everything today. That's all the groups and stats and frickin' all the good stuff. Yeah, if you guys could hit the like button on this, I'd appreciate it. Like I've said many times, subscribing helps me a lot as well. And other than that, guys, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.